All right, I'm going to share my screen here and we'll get going. Oops, let me move everybody over that way. And then if you guys, if somebody will give me a thumbs up, we're going to do the slideshow from the beginning here. Seymour, can you see that okay? Are we good? Okay, awesome. Hi, welcome to Thursday night's product education call. We are actually doing testimonies tonight. My favorite calls are the testimony calls because that's where we get to hear about these great products and how they work. Okay, so excited about tonight. I'm going to get through our announcements so we can get started. We have some great testimonies for you ahead of us. Give these ladies some love in the chat too that helped me on the Detox Divas. Our co-founders, if you're new to the call, are Ben and Paula Scarcella, and HBN was born because Ben was suffering from a rare condition called vasculitis. And what that is it's inflammation of the blood vessels, and it can strike anywhere, any organ in your body, and it can be life-threatening. So they were in and out of outpatient, on and off meds, and just kind of unhappy with the results they were getting, kept having flare-ups and things like that. So Paula called her dear friend, Alexandria Brighton of the Brighton Institute. And she just so happened to be a world-renowned Ayurvedic medical formulator. She put together what we now know as our healing trilogy, which is our flagship product, and it's called Mind, Body, Soul. Ben was able to take this twice a day, and he's been in remission for 6.5 years. So how we were born, how Heart and Body Naturals was born, is they just wanted to share with the world what helped Ben heal. And that's kind of how we all got started, just for those that are new. And here's just another slide about our lovely formulator, Alexandria Brighton. She is world-renowned. She's recognized for her quality, her potency, and her just intent behind her formulations. They really, truly work. And that is the big reason why we have such a successful story here at HBN, because the products are so incredible and our formulator is amazing. These are some of our manufacturing partners, and they are tested and hold certifications. And they run testing on our products, and it's pretty cool because you can see that we have raw, whole, pure raw ingredients. They're lightly blended, they're never heated, so that they maintain their potency and nutrition. Pretty much all of our healing trilogy has a life force of like 1,000 if you're familiar with kinesiology. So, our products are very high quality and they work. So with that said, we're not a drug company. We don't make any medical claims. You will hear some testimonies here tonight on the call. Keep in mind, these are personal experiences, and then we are not giving medical advice, and we're not diagnosing, treating, or curing any disease. We are wrapping up round 2 of our parasite cleanse. Today's like the next to last day. We are starting May 1st, our round 3. So if anybody wants to join and start, you can just start your first 10 days with us while we finish up our 3rd round. Go ahead and ask who invited you to this call. We can add you to a group that will tell you all about how to do the cleanse, what you need for the cleanse, and all of that. This is our Try Me program. We have Lavender Ice as our product this month. It helps with aches, pains, even helps balance hormones, believe it or not. This is an amazing product. I carry it in my purse. It's wonderful. And any new customer that orders 100 CV will receive this product as a gift. It's a $31 gift. So they're literally giving you back 30% on your purchase. Also, as a thank you, all recurring auto ships will also receive this free product. All right, I'm so excited. First up, we have Chelsea, and she is amazing, you guys. Chelsea's been a part. She's a 6K executive, and she is one of the people, along with Tina and Megan, that really helped bring Fulvic to HBN. So we're very grateful to her, and she's been a part of the Detox Divas since we started. What's cool about Chelsea is she's a former semi-pro gymnast, so that's pretty interesting, and coach. Obviously happily married to Nick, with 4 amazing, handsome boys. She is an ingredient guru, guys. She knows her stuff. So I cannot wait to hear her tell her testimony tonight. And let me find Chelsea. Can you unmute yourself? Uh-oh, did we lose her?
Hey, Landy.
There you are. Perfect. Okay, yeah, I know you have some slides, so if you'll just tell me when to go to the next slide.
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
So I wrote mine down because it's kind of detailed and I don't want to lose my place. So I'm just going to start reading. Okay. Hello, everyone. Just to reiterate, this is my personal testimony. I am not making any claims to treat, diagnose, cure, or mitigate any disease. I am going to do the best I can to be as compliant as possible, so you may have to read between the lines in some of the things I am saying in my testimony. With that being said, my name is Chelsea. I was born and raised in Massachusetts, but have resided in New Hampshire with my family for the past 7.5 years. Health and wellness has been a passion of mine for as long as I can remember. As a teen, I was a semi-professional, national, All-American, and All-American elite gymnast. I still hold 4 of the 5 records from my high school and was inducted into my high school's Hall of Fame as the only female gymnast. I'm a former coach, and I also trained to be a gymnastics judge. I hold my bachelor's degree in business administration and graduated cum laude. A few years after I graduated from high school and retired from competitive gymnastics is when my true passion for health and wellness began. So I have been on this journey for quite some time now. I am a stay-at-home homeschool mama to my 4 sons, ages 14, 10, 5, and 9 months, and a bonus mom to my 11-year-old daughter. They are my heart and soul, and the reason why I have such a passion to educate and bring awareness to toxic-free living. For tonight's testimony, I'm going to share about my father and my 3rd son, Azariah. And I'm going to start with my dad. In 2016, my dad was poisoned by a medication for gout, which led to the diagnosis of his potentially terminal blood disorder. It was stable for many years, and the medical community explained his condition to being like a pre-diabetic. So not necessarily concerning at the moment, just being watched for the potential that later down the road it could become life-threatening. In the spring of 2020, his health started to decline. And if anyone is familiar with your white blood cell count numbers, they should be under 10,000. And his skyrocketed up to 460,000. And that was terrifying. He was having a serious health crisis, and we thought we were going to lose him. In an instant, everything can change, and it did. His body was deteriorating, and his spleen had tripled in size. He had started on a ton of supplements and was seeing several doctors. We were good one week, and the next week not so, and then it went back and forth for a while. At that point, he decided to start on a targeted immunotherapy, and he did get a bit better, and his health had become stable. His white blood cell count was still elevated, but it was about 25,000, and it had obviously come down a ton with the supplements and medication. The doctors had said that he would likely stay at that number around the 25,000. They said that he would likely not go any lower than that. So I'm going to pause for a moment on my dad and start to talk about my son, Azariah. He is my 3rd of my 4 boys. Azariah was born at home in September of 2017 with an undiagnosed birth defect. He is my 2nd son with a very rare disorder. Both of their conditions have been found through genetic testing to be not genetic and are completely random anomalies, so rare they don't even know how or why it happened. A couple of hours after Azariah was born, we rushed him to the hospital because he wasn't breathing properly and was turning grayish blue. We found out that he had a blockage and needed to be transferred to a hospital with a level 3 NICU. We were told after testing that he had a tracheoesophageal fistula, a severely strictured esophagus, and a pouch that would need immediate surgery. The stricture was so bad that it wasn't allowing any milk to go into his stomach. Tracheoesophageal fistula means that there was a channel between his trachea and his esophagus. Every time he swallowed, his secretions would go straight into his lungs. So on the screen right now, the picture to the left, you're seeing the pouch, and I drew a red line where his esophagus was. So his esophagus was really distorted, and the picture to the right is what his esophagus looked like. It almost looks like a sausage link, and you can see the stricture where it looks like the links are connected, and obviously it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be the same diameter and size all the way down. And they did many dilations, and for whatever reason, his esophagus just did not want to dilate. Okay, so there was a channel and it was connecting into his lungs. They were able to stabilize him and waited to do the surgery because they wanted the whole surgical team to be present. I guess one of the doctors was away, so they wanted to see if he was stable enough to wait till he came back, because he was the head pediatric surgeon. He had many doctors on his team, from pulmonology, general surgeons, cardiologist, renal specialist, because his condition is very involved. It's short for Bactrial syndrome. So he also has vertebral anomalies. His T4 and T5 are connected on his spine, and it looks like a butterfly. Fortunately, he doesn't have many of the other letters in Bactrial syndrome, so it mainly affected his tracheoesophageal area, and nothing else was really affected. There was one indicator during my pregnancy that I had a single umbilical artery, so one vein and one artery, but everything checked out. Like they said, everything was fine. I was good to have a healthy baby. But typically it's an artery, vein, and artery. Okay, so he was a very complicated case, and he was just 11 days old and just over 5 pounds when he had his major repair. He spent 78 days in the NICU, and he had 9 procedures, including multiple esophageal dilations, like I mentioned, as well as a pyloromyotomy for pyloric stenosis. So his stomach basically was closed at the bottom, so he couldn't have a bowel movement as he should, and it caused severe vomiting to the point where he became severely malnourished, that his bones were becoming translucent because he was vomiting so much. So he needed to have that corrected as well. He was fed by NJ nasojejunum and nasogastric tube while in the hospital, and learned to nurse when he got home from the hospital at 2.5 months old. He struggled to gain weight and was in and out of the hospital with respiratory illnesses because he was having microaspirations. Around 15 months old, he had another NG tube placed, and at 18 months old, they placed a G tube and determined it was not safe for him to eat by mouth, and he would get 100% of his nutrition by his G tube. At 2.5 in the winter of 2020, it was determined by a scope that he was even more rare and had a secondary fistula that would need another major repair, adding to his already potentially paralyzed vocal cord, dysmotility of his esophagus. So his peristalsis was off. The electricity in his esophagus did not work properly like it should. Same thing with your bowels. It should go hand over hand, and his was disorganized, so it was kind of bouncing up and down. He also had slow gastric emptying, which was another reason why he was vomiting. So mind you, since his initial surgery at 11 days old, we had dealt with vomiting every day, multiple times a day. This was just a given. It was, kind of a mess because we would be everywhere in public. It would be at the grocery store. It would be anywhere, so it was very difficult knowing that your child could vomit at any time. And multiple times a day, so just trying to keep food in him was a challenge, regardless of being on a G tube. So now with the pandemic in full swing, life was canceled, including non-emergent surgeries, which I'm so thankful for. So we just kind of coasted and lived life as usual for a while. Fast forward to May of 2021, I was told about a miracle molecule that I had been educated on in 2014 that somehow I seemed to forget about. That is when everything changed. I started doing foot baths and taking it internally, and realized I was experiencing more energy, better sleep, cleaner skin, less brain fog. I was starting to remember all of the incredible benefits Fulvic had to offer, and I thought, what if this could help my dad and Azariah and Asher, my son with the rare bone disease, and ultimately the world? I had to do something, and I had to share how it was helping me. So in June of 2021, I had started to gave it to my dad and Azariah. And within the first 3 days, there was no vomiting, and my dad had seen better energy. So with every serving, the vomiting episodes were less and less. By July 2021, my dad's white blood cell count was within normal range, which, remember, was thought not to be possible. And with every blood draw, they got better and better. So at one point with my dad, he was receiving transfusions for blood because his neutrophils were 0, which means he had like 0 immune system, and his red blood cell count was extremely low. And his white blood cell count was extremely elevated. So at this point, they had gone completely back to normal. Every single blood value was normal. By September 2021, Azariah had a swallow study that determined a complete disappearance of signs and symptoms of a secondary fistula. He had restored motility of his esophagus, which we were told was impossible. His vocal cord was working as it should. His gastric emptying was fine, and it was deemed safe for him to start eating by mouth. So that was a picture of him just after his surgery at 11 days old. And they ended up going in through his neck, which was a harder surgery for the surgeons, a better recovery for him because they wanted to go in through his chest. And you can kind of see like a marker on his chest. And that's where they were originally supposed to go in, which they couldn't reach the spot through his chest. And that's why they decided to go in through his neck. And it was a 5.5-hour surgery. The picture before Landy had showed was kind of a sketch that the doctor had done about what they thought it looked like. So his type of fistula is called the H type or C type because of the shape of the esophagus and the trachea with the channel. And then if you go to the next one, Landy. Yep, so that's his scar. He had a chest drain and his scar on his neck. And that's what he looks like right now. So, okay, so by September of 2021, everything looked as it should, and his gastric emptying was fine as well, and it was deemed safe for him to start eating by mouth. To this day, he deals with some weight issues, but eats by mouth and still receives G-tube feeds. My dad is doing wonderful and also had a disappearance of his signs and symptoms of his blood disorder, and all his counts remain within the normal range. So, I mean, my family is doing excellent, and I could not have asked for a better turnout of these crazy situations. So that is my testimony and what I have experienced over the last several years. So it's been a little wild and crazy, but I'm just so thankful for natural health and just everything that this company has to offer, especially now that we have fulvic and of course black seed oil. And just a little quick testimony about my dog, because I know that pets have things too, but my dog was diagnosed with old dog syndrome, and we thought we were going to lose him. It looked like signs of a stroke, and it wasn't. It was just old dog syndrome. So I started him on black seed oil and fulvic, and he turned around and he's doing excellent. He's a 14-year-old Shiba Inu. So that's just my little testimony that I had to share. Thank you.
Chelsea, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing this. It's just absolutely amazing. And I love Shiba Inu. I want a Shiba Inu dog.
They're wonderful. We had 3 of them.
I'm so glad that the fulvic and black seed have helped your dog as well. Like,
yes.
Absolutely incredible testimony. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have our amazing Seymour. Guys, everybody probably knows Seymour here on the call. He's very loved on this team. He's 62 years young. He looks about 50. He's a father of 2. He's got grandbabies. Granddaughter due on April 12th. Is she here? She come early or she come? Okay, so Seymour's gonna, let me unmute you real quick. And he's gonna give us his testimony. He's got a great testimony as well. There you go. You got it.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Landy. Yeah, she came yesterday, so little baby granddaughter is here. So now she got 6 kings to help protect her. What I want to talk about was, some of y'all know my story. I've said this before. I've gave my testimony before. When I got involved with HBN, I got involved with it to prove to my sponsor that HBN products was not going to work for me. I suffer from I have a lot of military injuries, my back, my knees, my ankles, wrists, shoulders. I had 3 heart attacks. So I was going through a lot for 30 years, 2 hours of sleep. So I got introduced to HBN, and I was told that these 2 products, which were 2 of the main products that I needed, pain and sleep, would help me with my issue. Got involved with it, tried the pain, tried to sleep, did great. This what launched my business. Pain is what launched my business. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Let me say this before I get started. What I'm getting ready to say here, I don't recommend anybody to do it, and I'm not making any medical claim, okay? The products I'm getting ready to talk about is this right here, black seed oil and the original Vitality tea, okay? The one that you have to brew and do overnight. I got involved, like I said, pain launched my business. I started signing people up, started selling products, and the product worked great. Now I'm averaging about 8 to 9 hours of sleep a day. No more pain because I went from using the pain cream to drinking the Mind, Body, and Soul and got those inflammations out. Didn't have to have my knee replacement, still bone to bone, but didn't have to have the surgery. Well, like I said, black seed oil, I'd heard about black seed oil in the past, but never actually knew what it was. In 2019, when I got started with HBN, this was one of the first products that came in a package. Got ordered the Love Your Heart Love Box along with the Pain Sleep and then some black seed oil. I started taking black seed oil, right? And I noticed a lot different the way my body was operating, the way I was feeling. I wasn't having as much pain. I was getting some more sleep and stuff, some other stuff. But what got me going was at 61, I just turned 62 a month ago, but at 61 years old, I contacted my dad and I started talking to my dad about an issue that my dad had for years, even before I was born. Before I was born, my dad was type 2 diabetic, okay? And when I started talking to him about trying to take some more products, the first thing Dad said to me was, bless his soul right now, was I have to check with the doctor. I have to check with the doctor before I start taking any of these products. And I said, Dad, can you do me a favor and go get the paperwork for the product that you're taking for your diabetes? And because I know my dad keep everything. He kept everything. So I said, Dad, can you get that paper and read the side effects to that product that you're taking for your diabetes, for your islets, for your diabetes? The first thing that thing said was that it caused kidney damage. Okay. And again, like I said, my dad was diabetes before I was born. I was 61 at the time. My dad was still taking this medication. And I said that, like I said, first thing it said was it could cause kidney damage. Next thing was that it could cause a heart attack, could cause a stroke. It could make you suicidal. And I said, Dad, did you ask the doctor if it was okay for you to take that? Because you need to ask him if you can take my black seed oil, if you can drink my Vitality tea, if you can drink my stuff. My dad went from being diabetic to being on dialysis. For over 61 years, why did he not get better? That was my question. Why didn't you not get better? So when I got off the phone with my dad, long story short, I started sending him the black seed oil. He loved the Nova coffee. I started sending him the Mind, Body, and Soul. The black seed oil started helping him while he was doing dialysis because his blood pressure was dropping. Sometimes I had to give him saline. Once he started taking the black seed oil, I wasn't having the issue. Like I said, bless his soul, I lost my dad last month due because his kidneys stopped working. He was not able to take dialysis anymore. So when I got off the phone with my dad, this is what I did. This is a box that we get from HBN, the Love Box. It states on the front, do plants, not pills. These are the pills that I will take in on a daily. It's a total of 38 bottles of pills in here. Okay, I got off the phone, and this is the part where I said let me raise this up so you can see the box better. Okay, these are the pills that I was taking every day, 38 bottles. And this is the part where I don't recommend y'all to do, but that day I went cold turkey, completely cold turkey. And for 90 days, I drank this tea because it detoxes your liver, your kidneys, and your colon. for 90 straight days, along with taking this, the black seed oil. I had 3rd-degree kidney damage when I was on this, when I started on these products. My blood pressure was constantly high. Like I said, I had 3 heart attacks, so I was taking nitroglycerin, just about 4 to 5 of them per month. A year and a half ago, my blood pressure went down from the high 194, 198 to up to at least 101. The highest it was when I had my heart attack was 210/180. My blood pressure is 107, steadily over 72 now. My kidney damage reversed. No longer needing any more walking cane that I was on. No more pain in my knees. No more issues in my back, my shoulder, nowhere, there's no pain. Okay? This black seed oil, thanks to Paula for coming up with this company and having these products produced. Guys, if you don't take the products, you can find out what it can do for you. Every single product that we take, that we have, does exactly what it says it will do. You just have to take it. You got to be consistent. You can't start today and next week and then say it didn't work for you. Okay? You got to make it work. If it wasn't for me talking to my dad that day, I probably still would be on those 30 medications that I was on for almost 15 years. Because I got out of the military in 1991. They stopped me in 1991 from taking Motrin because I took that from 1981 to 1981. That's what caused my kidney damage. They took me off of it because I was taking 800 milligrams, but because the pain was so stressed, I was taking 4 of those instead of 1. So instead of 800 milligrams, I was taking 4 800 milligrams pills to mask that problem. Okay, I don't need these medicines anymore. I don't have the issues that we're having anymore. Like I said, my kidneys reversed. I lost 52 pounds by using these products. Guys, all you have to do is try the product, and I promise you. And now, like the lady said before me, this is another one of my favorite products, fulvic acid. That's what I was sitting here drinking before we got started. I take this every day. When I tell you it makes you feel a lot better, when I tell people my age, they don't believe it. No way you can be 62. I have to show some people my ID for them to believe me. You don't even sound 62. I'm like, well, what does 62 sound like? You know? But my thing is, you have to take these products. You have to take them. And then you have to start telling your story. Let people, like I made a post today. I could have helped a lot more people if those people only knew that they needed help. You got to talk to people. People are going to tell you what issues they have. So talk to people, find out. We have the solution that can help somebody with an issue they have. With just about every issue they have, we have the products. Back to you, Landy.
Thank you so much, Seymour. And your passion just shines through. I can see how you've made it to 40K Platinum Director with that kind of passion. And, you know, that's what it's all about, is sharing your story, you guys. He has an incredible testimony. We have so many great testimonies on this team because these products do work. And our condolences, Seymour, on the loss of your father. All right, Susan Cooper is going to talk to us tonight. I'm not sure what she's going to share with us. She's a 50K silver executive. She loves to beach. She just bought a new boat, which is really cool. And I know she loves to travel too, because I always see her posting her pictures traveling around everywhere. And of course, she loves her grandkids. Where are you, Susan? Let's see. If anybody sees Susan before I do, that's a co-host, please unmute. We've got 66 people on tonight, so I'm going through everybody. Susan Cooper?
I'm here.
There she is. Awesome. You got the floor, babe. Susan? Well, did I lose her? Nope, she's unmuted. Okay, Susan, you have the floor.
There we are. It wouldn't let me unmute. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me tonight. I'm like, why this is not working? Seymour and the great testimonies, guys, great testimonies. So tonight I'm going to talk about the lavender ice. I use this quite often. This is our Try Me product for the month of April. And if you guys haven't tried it yet, you should. I don't get headaches often, but when I do use the lavender ice. You can just, it's a roll-on. It has the peppermint and the lavender essential oil and also the coconut oil. So it's just the right amount that you need. You don't have to dilute it or anything. Put it on the top of your head, on your pulse points in the back of my neck. It does really work, and you can also use it for your muscles. My husband uses it often because he strains his eyes at work from being on the computer all the time. So he uses it quite often, and it really works well. And it smells really amazing too. And if you also have like a muscle ache, or if you pulled something from doing exercise, you can roll it on there too. It's convenient because it's not like the essential oils in the regular bottles. This is actually a roll on, so it works pretty good. And that's all I got.
All right. Thank you so much. I love lavender ice, y'all. I carry it in my purse at all times. It's great because you can travel with it or whatever. Thank you, Susan, for that. All right. Next up, we have Miriam. She also has an amazing testimony. She's a mom of 5. Her current weight loss is 102.2 pounds since July of 22. And that's when she started with HBN. She's a Chicago native and currently residing in Dallas for the last 25 years. So let me find Miriam. There you are. There we go. You got
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Excuse me. So I have a really common story. I've struggled with weight all my life, most of my life. My teenage years, college, and getting married. I got married later in life. I was 32 when I got married. And it's actually right now I'm at my weight when I got married. So 5 children later, I ended up gaining weight. A few years back in 2011, I had to have a total hysterectomy. And after that, before that, I weighed about 250. But after that hysterectomy, my weight just skyrocketed, and I didn't know, it was just out of control. I couldn't stop the weight from coming on. So last year, I saw one of my friends on Facebook that I've known for years, and she kept talking about this product that she was using for her weight loss. And I was, you're normally skeptical, and you don't think that it's going to work, because I've tried everything, not every single thing that's on the market, but I've tried a lot of things. I've tried Atkins when it was called Atkins. Now it's called the keto diet. I tried that. I tried other company products from different companies. Excuse me. And they just didn't work. I would lose maybe 20, maybe 30 pounds, and then that's it. My cravings would start taking over. And my hubby, he loves sweets, so he always would bring sweets and things in the house. And I would have if there was a variety of 6 different kinds of cookies, I had one of each. And I would sometimes okay, the kids can't have these today, and I would eat them. I mean, it was that bad. It was bad. So I saw my friend on Facebook, and she kept talking about this unicorn juice that she was drinking, and I was, like I said, skeptical. And I decided, after watching her for about a month, I saw other people as well using that product. And so I said, well, let me just try it and see if it works. If it works, I'm keeping it. And so I placed my order. The first thing that I ordered was the Slimmer Love box. And I kid you not, I prepared all of the things according to the packages. I did not use the unicorn juice because it had more things in it. And at that time, I could not afford it. I just got the Slimmer Love box. And like I said, I prepared everything according to the packaging directions. And the first day that I drank my serving and waited 30 minutes before I ate, and I had, a salad and maybe some chicken. And throughout the day, I didn't really crave anything. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm just really wanting this to work real bad, that I'm just gonna psych myself out. That's what it is. Because there's no way that I'm not craving any cookies. That cookies that are like within arm's reach, over there on top of the microwave. So the second day, the same thing. And the third day, the same thing. I just didn't want those things anymore. And I was like, this is freaky. This is weird. It's like, why is this working so well? The first week I lost 9 pounds. The second week, around maybe 6 pounds, but it just kept coming on. I believe that first month I lost 15 pounds. And I was just like, what is going on here? I've never lost that much weight that quick, because I was taking another weight loss product before that, and it just was not working. It wasn't working for me. So that second month I injured my shoulder because of me being overweight. I was 328 pounds, and I'm 5'4". So that much weight on a person is a lot on your frame. And then when you're trying to strain, this chair that I'm sitting in now is like one of those, what do they call them? Zero gravity chairs, the ones that you put on your patio. And you can't just stand up. You have to kind of rock up out the chair. So I was doing that and I injured my shoulder. I heard it tear. And I was like, oh no. So my doctor prescribed some naproxen, which really didn't help. And I remember the person that was telling me about the unicorn juice. She said that she had extreme pain in her legs from having DVT, deep vein thrombosis. So she was talking about how much it helped stop the inflammation and the pain. So I was like, well, maybe it'll help my shoulder. So I ordered a sample pack of the Mind, Body, and Soul to go along with what I was taking. And after I got it and I tried it, the first day, I kid you not, that pain diminished so well that I stopped taking the naproxen. It didn't go away completely because it was an injury, but it helped my arm heal. I could not even put my hand behind my back without excruciating pain. And I'm a very limber person. I can take this hand and wrap it around and hold my waist on the other side. This hand, I'm almost there, but I couldn't even put my hand back behind my back. Like it was just excruciating. So, like I said, I just want to say I'm not making any medical claims. This is just my experience with what happened with me and taking the product. So, fast forward to today, I am down 102.2 pounds. I have never, ever in my life, never have lost as much weight. I feel like now, knowing that it works for me now, knowing that I have something that's working, that it's working with my body, healing my body, I can actually meet my goal of 135 pounds, like high school weight. And my husband has never seen me at that weight. So it'll be a big surprise for him. And I just can't wait. I can't wait. And if you are ever having struggles with weight loss, try this. You have to be consistent with it. You can't eat a whole cake and then drink the juice. That it doesn't work that way. I mean, it'll stop you from wanting those things anyway, initially. And then you have to make sure that you stay on top of it, because it's a process and it's a decision that you make for yourself to do it. And once you do it, it'll make it so easy for you. It's so easy to lose the weight. I cannot thank Paula Scarcella and Alexandria Brighton so much for bringing these products to us, and Alexandria for formulating. I mean, it's like she made it especially just for me. You know, she knew exactly what I needed and what my body needed. And it's just amazing how they penetrate your cells and make your body the way that your body's supposed to function, how your liver is supposed to function to help get rid of excess fat in your body. When your liver's damaged, you can't, you're not going to be able to process the fat properly. I use Slimmer Max. I use Vitality. I use Slimmer Oil. I know you're not supposed to really ingest essential oils, but I was told it's safe for the Slimmer Oil. So I would put a few drops in my ice water and drink it every day, and it helped so much with my cravings. I cannot tell you, it was just amazing. The fat detox drops, I would rub those on my problem areas, and I still do. You guys can see in the pictures. That pink dress, when I bought that pink dress last summer, I was ashamed to even show my husband with me in that dress because that's not how I looked when I bought it. It was worse. I looked like a pink sausage, you know, with this dress on. And I was just so embarrassed and so frustrated with myself that I had let my body get like that. And now it's like, look how I look at it now. I'm just like, wow, I'm gonna keep doing that dress because I'm gonna show you guys once I'm finished with all of my weight loss. I'm gonna show you guys how much that dress is a size 3X. And I'm just blown away by these products. I am blown away. It's the best decision you could ever make. Don't delay. Don't hesitate. Try it. You'll be glad you did. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Miriam. And you
You're
look
welcome.
like a size like 8 in this far picture over here. I mean, you look amazing. So
I used to be a size 8.
congratulations on your weight loss, and I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
for you. So excited for you. And such a great reminder too, because summer's coming up, y'all. We need to go over our weight loss products on one of these calls because it's time to start thinking about swimsuits and shorts. Guys, last but not least, I'm so excited for this last testimony. This is Donna Hildebrand. She joined us about, I think, 6 months ago. She is on fire for this company. She's an advanced therapeutic massage therapist for over 28 years. And what's so funny is I found out after she joined our team under Michelle that she was the massage therapist for my neighbor. So it's such a small world. They have moved out onto a farm and are doing like sustainable living. Such a cool story. She's been in the wellness industry for over 25 years and has been studying nutrition and working with chiropractors and things like this for over 20 years, y'all. She's a wealth of knowledge. She's tearing it up at Heart and Body Naturals. Let me find Donna for our last testimony. And if anybody finds her before me, there she is. You got the floor, Donna.
Hey, Landy, thank you. Yeah, I actually have been with Heart and Body Naturals for 6 months, but only as a customer. And just kind of funny too. I came on with Michelle. I was like, I don't want to sell these products, so don't even try to ask me, you know. But then they just started creating all these amazing miracles for me. So about 2 months ago, I started just basically sharing them with other people, and it's just been so easy because people are really looking for something that works. So I do have a background in wellness industry for 25 years. So I am no stranger to the importance of organic whole food supplements and products to help you bring your body back to feeling good again versus like the isolated vitamins and minerals. Like that's not new news to me. I'm also not a stranger to black seed oil. I've been taking it for 7 years because I started doing some research about it and understanding what an incredible, powerful anti-inflammatory it was. And I've been taking it for 7 years, but I've been taking really good brands like organic brands, cold press, like all the things that I research you're supposed to do. But I was a stranger to the importance of understanding TQ percentage or thymoquinone is what it's called, which I discovered from Michelle Marie's Facebook post that Heart and Body Naturals had 5% thymoquinone in it. And that was really the therapeutic quality of black seed oil. And I was looking at she helped me look at my black seed oil that I had been taking, and it didn't have like 1% in it. So no wonder it wasn't making a difference for me. So immediately I switched Interestingly enough, I also was a stranger to fulvic acid mineral powder, and I saw another Facebook post of Michelle that talked about how she used it to basically heal from mold toxicity, or to help her body recover from mold toxicity. And so, as Landy mentioned, we now live on a farm, and with this farm that we bought 2.5 years ago, we also took on the house that's on the farm, a 120-year-old farmhouse. And while we are living in it, we're renovating it and restoring it. And slowly over the course of these last 2 years, my health has been declining, which is not the whole point of moving here, was to be even healthier. And my health seemed to be declining, especially in the last year. And then I started to notice some places where I started to see mold in my house. Of course, I mean, it's old house, so not surprising. But just want to kind of go over some of the symptoms that I was experiencing just 6 months ago. And I had been experiencing these symptoms for about 6 months prior to that. So I was having severe anxiety, restless leg syndrome, trouble sleeping, energy, occasional depression. As you know, that just kind of comes along with feeling like crud all the time. Pretty significant memory loss. I was forgetting words and people's names, and I would lose track of what I was trying to say while I was actually saying it. And I had to say, I just forgot what I was saying. I had pretty interesting brain fog where I just couldn't get my words and my thoughts out. Like I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't get them to come out. Hot flashes all day long, night sweats all night long, fibromyalgia symptoms. Definitely woke up many mornings saying I felt like I got hit by a truck, and I've heard that from a lot of other people who suffer from fibromyalgia. I had bursitis in my elbow, super tight muscles and muscle spasms all over my whole entire body. They would just kind of pop up at different times in different places. Very, very extreme muscle tightness and pain in my neck, low back and hips, severe sinus inflammation. I'd wake up in the mornings and my hands would be swollen and numb, and they would stay that way for about 10 minutes. I would also wake up in the middle of the night because I felt like I was choking because my throat was so dry. And when I closed my eyes, I would see like a lava lamp of light every time I closed my eyes. So this was all very, very interesting and concerning to me. And that's why I started taking the fulvic acid mineral powder and immediately switched the black seed oil to Heart and Body Naturals. And within 1 month, as bizarre as it sounds, every single one of those symptoms were gone. And some of those symptoms I had had for even longer, like, you know, neck pain or whatever, just some common kind of aches and pains in your body. Those are things that I had for a long time. 11 years prior to me finding, you know, full Heart and Body Naturals as well, I lost my sense of smell 11 years ago. And so I really haven't been able to smell anything for all this time. And again, within 1 month, I started having a sense of smell come back. And I would notice it when I'd be in my garden, and I could just, all of a sudden, I could smell the tomatoes, I could smell the soil, I could smell the flowers, and they bring back all these memories, right? That can only come back with the sense of smell. So that was just super magical for me, and so grateful for that. 17 years ago, when I was 33 years old, I suddenly experienced pretty significant breathing problems that I'd never experienced before. I know why now. It was because of some medicine that I had been taking. It was actually a side effect from some medicine, but at the time I didn't realize that. Anyways, the asthma symptoms over these last 17 years, I've been able to manage for the most part. There have been times when I've been like 4 years without the asthma symptoms, and then for some reason they come back. But within the last 2 years, I have nonstop been on a steroid inhaler and albuterol almost every day for the albuterol and every day for the steroid inhaler, because I couldn't go a day without them. My breathing was so restricted. And again, after 1 month, I have not needed to use my inhalers since after taking fulvic acid and black seed oil for 1 month. So I know these are like, to me, these are mind-blowing results. I almost hate to share them sometimes because I don't want people to like symptom compare with me, because everyone may not get this much relief immediately. But I'm still finding new things that are showing up, like new little tiny miracles that are showing up for me. Just in the last, month, I've noticed, oh, now I'm having so much more ease with my digestion. I added the vitality and the mind, body, and soul in after I started getting so much success with the fulvic acid mineral powder and the black seed oil. So now my digestive system is working really well, and where it wasn't before. I'm just also able to see now, like when I eat something, I can tell immediately if I have like an inflammatory reaction to it. And that is not something that I noticed before, because I just had so much inflammation in my body. I couldn't tell you what I was reacting to and what I wasn't reacting to at all. So I will have to say that Heart and Body Natural products are everything that I had been looking for and more than I expected. And with all of this and all of our farm animals, I've now implemented my animals. I have them all now taking fulvic acid mineral powder and black seed oil. Of course, the only way I can afford that for my farm is because I'm selling it now too, which is part of the magic of Heart and Body Naturals. Like, there's no excuse to not take care of yourself because you can make the money while you're using the products. All my animals are now on it. We have horses, chickens, 2 dogs, 2 cats. 3 cats, sorry, and we also have a pig. I've saved a chicken's life already from it, from a disease from a situation that should have killed her, called sour crop, which is when they get a fermenting of their food and their crop before it goes down into their gizzard, where it kind of turns it and digests it for them. And it's a pretty complicated thing to recover from. I just gave her only fulvic acid mineral powder and water, obviously diluted in water, for 36 hours, and it completely cleared up the bacterial and the yeast inside of her crop, and she was fine. I have a horse that has a pretty bad hoof issue with yeast as well. So we're putting fulvic acid mineral paste and packing that in there some. And then we're also putting some black seed oil on that hoof, and it's clearing up. I have another friend that I told about this. Her dog suffers from MRSA on its paws, and always getting these little fibroid sores on its paws. And they just keep giving the dog antibiotics. I said, please stop doing that, because MRSA is antibiotic. It's resistant to that, to the antibiotics. It's only gonna make it worse. I said, just try black seed oil, because it's been shown in studies. This is not me telling you, these are studies that I read, that black seed oil, that MRSA is not resistant to black seed oil. So black seed oil can really make a huge difference with that. She started putting that on her dog's feet, and it's all cleared up. And this has been going on for like 3 years with her dog. So I don't know. I'm like, everyone should be on fulvic acid mineral powder and black seed oil. I think it is true. Like Chelsea said, she heard of this miracle molecule. And when I first read that too, I thought it's true. It's a miracle molecule. And then I almost chuckled, like, it's kind of funny that we're calling it a miracle molecule, because for me, it's like, is water a miracle molecule? No, water is a basic thing that we all need. And now I have the frame of mind and the point of view that fulvic acid is also just something that we all need, like water and oxygen.
Thank you so much, Donna. That was incredible. And I am so glad that you are getting so much relief, because it sounds like you were just living in pure HE double hell there for a while.
Yeah, it was.
I've used the silver on my chickens too. It's great for, I mean, I had a sick chicken, gave it silver. Next thing I know, she's up and feeling better. So, I mean, it works. So if you use the black seed and the fulvic on your horses and your chickens and all that good stuff.
I am now, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congratulations. I think you're going to build a huge business here, because I mean, your story is just amazing. And thank you for sharing it tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys, we went over like 30 minutes, but we so appreciate you guys. Yolanda, did you have something real quick? We're going to have to wrap it up. I think Marcus is starting his call here in about 5 minutes, but let me go ahead, Yolanda.
Well, when I heard her say about her animals having yeast, I don't know if y'all remember my testimonial, but I had got me some tea tree oil, because I had got this fungus under my fupa, and it's gone. Everything healed up. It looks like brand new skin down there. And but I also read that it helps animals with yeast, fleas, and something else. It was real bad. Scabies. It helps with that too. So maybe she might want to try the tea tree too for the yeast on her animal.
That's a thought. Thank you for the suggestion. All right, you guys, we need to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule tonight. We love you all. We will be back here next week, same time, same place. Look forward to seeing you. Peace out, you guys. Thanks again to everyone.